What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how to potentially get a base chain airdrop. This is speculation, it's not guaranteed, but we're going to show you guys a couple of steps through a step-by-step guide on how to potentially qualify for a base chain airdrop. Recently, you probably heard about a token called Bald. This guy, he turned $500 into several million dollars. And this was his tweet here. It ended up going viral. But if you look at the Bald token today,
the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market, it went to zero.
It dumped. Basically, the devs rugged the liquidity. But in my opinion, there is actually some good news to this. There is a potential for a airdrop if you transact on the chain and playing around with some of the protocols. Mainly the thesis on why there could be a potential airdrop is mainly because of the funding behind Base Chain and, well, it's behind Coinbase. And it would just be one of those ways to give out these quote-unquote stimmy checks to early adopters and early users. Similar to what Optimism did with the OP token, as well as Arbitrum and the ARB token. So step number one is to simply bridge over onto Base Chain. There is no official UI. However, just sending ETH to this address, I know it sounds weird, but we'll show you in this video how it actually works. This is basically the contract for developers to bridge over. So first, we're going to send a little bit of ETH onto Base Chain. I would say like 0.3 or 0.03, 0.05, whatever you want. I only have 0.042 ETH in this wallet, so I'm just going to send 0.03 in order to actually play around a little bit on the chain. And of course, the gas fees on ETH mainnet, they're like $5, so whatever. We're going to go ahead and send this ETH over, and then we're going to go ahead and approve this transaction. All right, so now once you bridge over your ETH, as you can see, we were able to bridge it over. I was kind of cheap, so I was like, whatever. But I did 33 Gwei, or actually, no, it was 30 Gwei, and it cost me like $7 to bridge. But you can see here, I got some tokens on Base. You can see here, I got 0.03. They ended up bridging over. It took a matter of maybe 5 minutes after the transaction confirmed. So it's pretty quick. Now, if you want to add the RPC to your MetaMask or Ravi, don't even mess with it. Like literally just go over to LeetSwap and you can connect your wallet up here and it'll automatically add it for you. So forget about adding it. Just you literally click this and it'll allow you to do that. So once your wallet is connected, LeetSwap is the very first DEX you want to interact with. A disclaimer, guys, when you get over onto Base Chain, this is like the Hotel California. You can't leave. So you deposit in here, withdrawals are not opened up yet. So this is something you need to keep in mind. People are speculating that, hey, it's okay to go and bridge over, and I agree with them because Base Chain is basically backed by Coinbase. So kind of make some swaps on LeetSwap. You can buy a couple of random tokens. I wouldn't recommend buying Bald. Maybe it'll end up being added in as like a community token or something. I don't know. But basically the devs rug. So they pulled the liquidity and said, sayonara, suckers. So something to keep in mind. There is another token on here that is actually the Leet token for the actual LeetSwap protocol. It kind of pumped a lot. It's got a really high fully diluted valuation. But if you wanted to farm in some of the pools, you can do that. You can also stake the Leet token, which is right here, and you can earn some of the rewards. But again, this is like getting diluted. You're getting paid in the Leet token, which you're selling, which is dumping what you're already. The point is it's a pool too. If you don't know how those work, TLDR is like you're holding a token that is being inflated to an oblivion, and there is a chance that it just goes to zero. Speculation is this is similar to like Trader Joe on Avalanche. When Avalanche did extremely well, Trader Joe did even better. It just is a reflexive token and typically outperforms. So I would recommend making a couple of swaps on LeetSwap and potentially even pooling some tokens and farming in the pools. I wouldn't recommend Leet and Bald, but hey, it is what it is, and it is a lot lower than what it was. But you can actually see some of the other DGen tokens that they have. I'll leave a link in the description below for all of this so you guys can check it out. But these are some of the degen coins. This is filtered based on the dexes on base chain. Now there are multiple ones, but this is mainly on Lead Swap and Rocket Swap. So the first thing, again, after you bridge is mess around with Lead Swap, make a couple of swaps, yada, yada, yada. And obviously LP. And when you are doing this, I would recommend doing this every other week or at least weekly. That way you look like a active user. The next one is a tomb fork on base chain. This is base Ethereum. I mean, you can mess around with this and play around. This is just a degen farm. I'm putting it out there if you just wanted to feel something and just have some fun. But this thing, I mean, it's so volatile. If you haven't seen tomb forks, everyone already knows how the game plays out. This is probably going to 0. I wouldn't recommend messing around with this, but you can if you want. This is just another one of the protocols. Again, transactions on the chain is something to keep in mind of what Base could potentially be looking for as a qualification for their airdrop. Next, you have Crescent Swap. Now, again, this is the early days of it. I'm just sharing this on this video because you're probably going to view it in the future, and this will probably have some more token listings on it. But right now, it's pretty vague on what they have. It's kind of like a Uniswap style V3 fork. You can LP, pool, yada, yada, yada. But basically on here, you can see here, please wait for official tokens, USDC, USDT to be launched. Which kind of is like a question for me, like, where are they getting this Axelar USDC? I don't know. Like, this is just one of those things you got to keep in mind. This is a degen chain. Just be careful messing around with it, especially playing around with a thing called a stable coin when there's not really any bridging. It's kind of a gray area, so just be careful messing around with it. But going back here, make a couple swaps, LP some tokens. You can earn some early farming rewards as volume picks up. And you can see here base chain on DeFi Llama, it literally mooned. It went from like no TVL to several millions in TVL in literally a day. Obviously, time will tell. We'll see what happens in the future for it. And most of this TVL was probably from the Bald token. But when you're also viewing this video, you'll see some updated dexes on DeFi Llama. DeFi Llama usually does a really good job of this, but think of it like Binance Smart Chain, but it's integrated with Coinbase. So they're probably going to have a bunch of different protocols and dexes that are going to build on Base Chain. So check DeFi Llama periodically. Next is to mint one of these based NFTs. This only works with MetaMask, so you just had to make sure you use MetaMask for this. And last but not least, play around with Rocket Swap, make a couple of swaps, pool with some of the tokens, and when they have farms that do come up, make sure you deposit and play around with a couple of the farms. This is going to be a launch pad that is going to be on Base Chain, so maybe it will do something, maybe it won't. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys stay safe, be good, and stay active, especially through the bear market. Playing around with some of these chains, like if you did on Optimism, on Arbitrum, you would have got handsomely rewarded. And I believe the same will happen for several of these different chains, like ZK Sync, Polygon ZK EVM, Starknet, Linea, Base Chain. Just make sure you guys play around with these. Again, this is speculation. It's not guaranteed. But typically when it goes to bringing more users over, airdrops are one of the best methods to do that. Also make sure you guys spread out your transaction times and do this every other week or so to make it seem like you are an active user, especially when, well, there's not much to do over there. And obviously stay tuned on DeFi Llama and you can see as other dexes roll out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, tell me what you guys think of the video in the comments below and what you guys want me to cover more of. And if you guys want to join the exclusive Discord, there's a link in the description below. I'll leave links to everything we talked about in this video below. And let's go ahead and hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. We're in Proverbs chapter 12, verses 15. The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice. Be good, be righteous. Peace, guys.